Are we live? I think we're live. Anyway, I totally forgot that I set it for 9 a.m. That's incredible. Anyway, anybody who's here? Anybody here? I don't see anybody. Let me share my Discord. Let's go search for victims. Let me get rid of my gum. I don't see any messages from anybody. This is not interesting. All right, let's read the comments. What's uncomfortable says Mr. Slave fails at pretty much everything. Alex playing with fire on tonight's live stream. I don't care what Alex has to say. And yeah, I'm late. Anyway, let's see what we got. So Discord. I doubt there's at this time. It's 9:25 a.m. There's like no one alive. No one is alive on the servers. Oh, here maybe. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you want to debate?
What about?
Before we talk about what about, I'm streaming this on YouTube
Yeah, I
Live.
don't care about
You don't care. All right. So, what about? I have a list of topics that I will share with you immediately. And paste. Yeah, that's the list of topics. So you can choose any one of them. Are you like a lefty or are you a righty? Like
I
politically?
don't really subscribe to either of those labels.
Really?
Yep.
Well, economically, are you more like a socialist or a capitalist?
I suppose I like capitalism.
Oh, I see. Um, do you believe in COVID? Do you believe there was a COVID pandemic?
Being that I caught COVID, yes.
How did you feel? I mean, physically, what were the
Well,
symptoms?
I was vaccinated, so luckily I didn't get that sick, but I had family members who got quite sick from it.
Really? Wait, do you have asthma?
Not really. Not that that would make a difference because I didn't really get sick, but yeah.
No, I can tell by your breath. You're a little bit short of breath, aren't you?
No, I just breathe really shallowly.
Do you smoke?
Not currently, but yeah, I used to smoke weed constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly.
I see. Do you see any of the topics that you like?
I don't see a list of topics. Where'd you post it?
And where we are, pensive passage in the text. Um, oh, I didn't post a link to the members.
No, it's okay. I found it.
You found it?
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, I didn't even check audio. Okay, audio is good. So, anything you like on the list of topics? The topical list?
Oh, we can talk about the idea that scientific consensus is unscientific. That's pretty ridiculous.
That unscientific consensus is unscientific. That's pretty ridiculous. So you
I think we
feel.
can talk about
Let
your
me just
proposition that
wait.
scientific consensus is unscientific.
What number is it?
12?
12. Let me check. 12. Let me copy it and paste it. Everyone can see it. So scientific consensus is unscientific due to conforming to appeal to authority and ed populum logical fallacies.
Yeah, just wrong.
Excuse me?
That is just wrong. It's a very misguided
Misguided.
view.
All right.
I
So
feel
I mean,
he's
I
right.
yeah.
I think it's misguided, Slave.
So, first of all, what do you think an appeal to authority is?
What do I think an appeal to authority is? If you reference an
Yes.
authority instead of bringing evidence, then that's an appeal to authority. I mean, when you debate, you need to talk about the debate, the topic. You cannot just say, "Well, he says," and therefore it's evidence. That's not evidence. Someone's opinion is not evidence. I don't care how many
Yeah.
letters they have after their name.
Sorry. When someone's an expert in a field and
I
you're
don't
not
know.
an expert in,
I don't know what that means.
you don't know what it means when someone's an expert.
Correct. That's exactly the problem. Why?
Well, I'll just break it down for you.
Mhm.
Imagine you spend 10 years of your life
I don't
studying
care.
viruses.
How do
Tell
I
him
know?
Fauci's an expert. Fauci's an expert, and he fucked up.
What?
Tell him that, Slave.
How do you
It's-
know what?
One second. Spicoli, if you keep yelling in my ear, I cannot talk. You cannot talk while I'm debating. You can join the Discord, Spicoli, if you want.
Sorry, Slave.
Yeah. All right. Wait, your name is Julius, by the way?
No. In sync.
In sync? Okay. So in sync.
It's me.
So you say that if someone spends 10 years studying something, then they are an expert and we can rely on them?
I didn't say the second bit, but yes, you sort of queried what expert means. Expert means you've spent a long time studying some subject, yes.
Okay, so what is the appeal to authority logical fallacy?
Usually it's when you appeal to the authority of someone whose credentials don't give them a reason to be. So, for instance, if you appeal to a doctor as like a medical doctor, in order to give you like as a basis for thinking something about religion or cooking or something.
Oh, so you say appeal to authority is when you rely on someone who is the wrong authority?
Yes.
Who's not an authority?
No, someone who's an authority, but not in the relevant field. It can also be an appeal to authority to suggest that just because an authority says something, that it is correct. But that's not usually what people are saying.
All right. Okay, so you say that if someone spends 10 years, then their word is evidence?
Then yes. If someone spends 10 years, then what their evaluation of the scientific field, yes, is some kind of evidence, yes.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, people who know more are able to give you a more informed opinion.
How do you know they know more?
That's what it means to have studied it for 10 years.
How do you know they studied for 10 years?
Well, we can rely on other human beings to verify that. So, for example, let's say they've had a job at a Center for Disease Control lab or something for 10 years. I don't myself have to have to have checked that they work there. The fact that that's like on their resume, that's been validated by, for instance, like a news source or something. They've rung up the lab. They've been like, "Hey, does this person work at the lab?" And they've been like, "Yes." That's good enough for me.
So
Like, there are ways of checking without directly visually observing them doing this for 10 years, right? Like, you can rely on the report of other human beings to verify
right.
claims other people are making about how they've spent their time.
Right.
Right.
Wait, Spicol, you keep talking in my ear. It's gonna be very difficult.
I mean,
Anyway, so you're saying it's good enough for you? Well, then I'll tell you, I'm an expert. So is that good enough? So is that the end of the debate? If a person
Well, no,
wait,
because
so
I don't have any reason to think you are an expert. Like I said,
no, let's say
if
hold on. Let's say yeah, you're okay. So, but let's say I am an expert. Let's say in some field, right? We're talking about just in general scientific consensus.
Mhm.
So if I'm an expert at a field, that means you can never debate me.
no, that's not what it means. What
Yes,
it
it
means
is.
is that no, it isn't.
Okay.
What it means is that
Then I
what it
don't.
means is
Yeah,
that
go ahead. Hmm.
sorry, what it means is that I have to take your evaluation of the evidence more seriously than a layperson because you would know. That's what it means to be an expert. That doesn't mean I have to think it's true, but it is some kind of evidence.
Then anyone's opinion is evidence. It's just the spectrum of how much weight you give based
Yeah,
on how
and
much.
generally, if you're a layperson, your opinion is given next to no weight. Yeah, just because it's your opinion as a layperson that such and such doesn't mean anything because you are a layperson.
So your spectrum is most people basically close to zero, and someone who you consider an expert is close to, let's say, 100%.
No, it'd be more like close to 70, maybe.
So you,
And that depends on sort of how much of an expert they are, what my reasons are for thinking that they're an expert, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, you could just claim to be an expert, but we have ways of knowing whether you really are an expert. Like I
Mhm.
said, we can call the institutions you supposedly work with.
All right. So what about the ad populum logical fallacy? Have you ever heard of that?
Of course.
So isn't the consensus failing at that?
So the ad populum fallacy is a notion that just because it is the popular opinion, it is true. Science never says anything like that.
No, but the idea of a consensus takes into account the popularity among the experts.
Yes, but a consensus just what all a consensus means is that the experts agree about something, right? That doesn't necessarily make it true. But again, it is evidence. The fallacy is thinking that the fact that there is a consensus makes something true, which
One
is
second.
not really the case.
I lost you there. A scientific consensus, do you agree or disagree that it takes into account the popularity of an idea among the experts?
Yes, obviously.
And but isn't that a logical fallacy? Isn't that the ad
No,
populum?
no,
Okay, let's say
because
we're
the
a bunch.
fallacy
Let's say we're a bunch
the
of
fallacy goes
let's
like
say
dude, here, I'll explain to you what the
let's say
fallacy goes like.
let's
Okay.
say
The
let's say
fallacy goes like this. The fallacy goes like this. Okay. The popular opinion is X, therefore, X is necessarily true. It is the necessarily part that is problematic.
let's say we're a bunch of experts.
Sorry, can you respond to that?
No,
Like, repeat back to me what you think I just said.
no, I completely missed it. I mean, I
Right.
didn't
Well,
feel.
honestly, dude, if I say things and you completely miss them, ask me to repeat myself. Do not go on talk about something else.
No, I was gonna
Okay.
ask you that before, but fine. Go ahead. What did you say, please?
Okay. So the ad populum fallacy goes like this.
Mhm.
Okay. It is the popular opinion, therefore it is necessarily true. The fallacy is in the necessarily.
Yeah, now I remember why I wasn't paying attention because I have no idea what you're saying. I mean, you're playing.
Well, yeah, I don't tell you. If you don't know what I'm saying there, then you're probably not equipped for the conversation. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like the notion of something being necessarily true, that is a relatively basic concept.
No.
Okay. It means it couldn't be
No,
false.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I'm just explaining it. It means it couldn't be false. That's what necessary means.
Right.
As in, there are no exceptions.
Okay, so I'm an infinite skeptic. So for me, nothing is absolute. I don't deal
I
with
didn't say
absolutes.
anything about absoluteness. Sorry, again, the fallacy. What is the ad populum fallacy? The ad populum fallacy is where you say such and such is the majority opinion, therefore it is necessarily true. That
Okay,
is a
but
fallacy.
so I mean, at the
Wait,
end of the day,
there is a meme here, right? Being an infinite skeptic is an absolute.
Julius, by the way, you're aware that I'm streaming this on YouTube?
Yes, I'd already found your
Oh,
very
okay.
sad YouTube channel.
Okay. So wait 1 second. I mean, so you notice that if you believe in the scientific consensus, then you're never going to talk about the topic. You're always going to just run census.
Sorry, I don't feel like you're responding to what's been said so far.
No, I mean, what you're saying about the necessarily and not necessarily, again, I can understand it as
Look up what the definition of the fallacy is. You seem not to understand it.
that's fine. I mean, we can discuss the fallacy, the definition.
Okay, but that's what the whole crux of the argument is. You're saying, isn't it unscientific because it is a fallacy, right? And I'm saying it's not such and such a fallacy. You seem to not understand the definition. So since it's part of your affirmative proposition, it is incumbent upon you to go and look the fucking term up to make sure you're using it correctly, because I'm telling you that you're not.
Well, we're discussing it. We're having a discussion.
Yeah, yes, and I've told you what the correct analysis is. You seem to have not be internalizing that, so I'm instructing you to go and Google it so you can find out.
Well, we can get to it. I mean, we might get to it. We might go to Google at one
What does that
point.
mean? I'm not understanding you. Go and Google ad
But-
populum and read me what it says.
But before that, I mean, you made a comment about necessarily. Let me just rephrase it in my terminology. So, what you're saying is that there is a spectrum of necessarily, where there is unnecessary and 100% necessary, and you're saying
Nope. I said nothing like that.
right.
In
'cause-
fact, necessary or unnecessary, like is either it's necessary or it isn't necessary. There's no spectrum.
right, but I am an infinite skeptic, so for me there is no
I
zero.
don't care. That doesn't mean anything to me, dude. What I'm trying to explain is your attempt to reframe what I've said was wrong.
But I mean, my frame is always to be skeptic. I'm a scientist. I'm
That
always
doesn't mean
skeptic.
anything. You're not adding anything to the discussion by bringing that up for the third time. Okay, try to engage with what's being said to you.
Okay, try not to reference me, please. Anyway, so when you say necessary and unnecessary, that's like 0% and 100%. And I don't
No.
have 0 and 100. I only have a spectrum between 0 and 100 exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Then you're not
I'm
equipped to have the discussion.
reframing. So I'm reframing what you're saying in my frame. So
Dude, if you don't if you're not capable of contextualizing the term
again,
necessary,
you're that's ad hominem. Please stop referencing.
there's
me.
nothing ad hominem about that. I
You're
said if you're not if you're not capable
that's
of
your ad hominem.
replicating.
That's you're referencing.
Sorry. I'm still talking.
But
If you're not
please
capable,
stop referencing me.
sorry, I'm still talking. If you're not capable of replicating the meaning of the term necessary in your frame, then you are not equipped to have the discussion. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, please stop referencing me in this discussion, and I'll answer your question again, so I can reframe. I don't see.
I didn't
I don't
ask you a
see.
fucking question.
I
Dude,
don't
are you
see-
even listening? I did not ask you a question.
Okay, I don't understand why you're getting emotional.
I'm not getting emotional. You don't seem to be paying attention to the words coming out of my mouth. I did not ask you a fucking question. What
you-
question are you going to answer?
Look, you're getting upset. I don't know why you're getting upset. Why are you getting upset? What's
Because
upsetting
you're
you?
being retarded. You're kind of being retarded right
Alright,
now.
look,
So
I'm
again,
doing-
what
Okay, hold on,
what
hold on.
question are
Wait,
you going to answer?
let's de-escalate. Hold on. There's no reason to get upset. we're both.
There is a
trying
reason
to-
to get upset. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Hold on. Look, I'm listening. We're having conversation. I'm
How
open-minded.
is it? How is it that I feel like you're not internalizing my
I'll
words?
do
How
my
is that?
okay. I'll do my best. Slow down. Let's slow down. There's no reason to get upset. I really want to understand you. I
Saying that,
really.
but I think there is
Excuse me?
kind of a reason. I think there is kind of a reason to be upset with
Fine.
you, actually.
Fine. There is a reason, but I want to really understand you, and hopefully you want to really understand me. I really want to convince you. You really want to convince me. So I understand it can get emotional because there is somewhere there are places where we disagree fundamentally. What's with all the with the
Yeah, I don't know.
spamming?
I'll go with it.
Who's spamming us? Who's doing that? Can you tell?
That's
Yeah,
me.
one sec.
Thanks. Oh, they're back.
If you continue spamming the emojis, dude, I'll fucking ban you.
Thanks.
Did someone kick me out?
Yeah, I kicked you out. Stop spamming the fucking emojis.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna kick me out, then I cannot hear you, idiot.
Don't spam the emojis.
You should have told me instead of kicking me. How else I mean, I cannot hear you if you're going to kick me. What
I
a
don't know
dumbass.
why
That
you would think. I don't know why you would think it's socially acceptable behavior to spam something again and again.
I mean, how does that bother you? Just close your eyes if you're this bothered by a
Doesn't
middle
matter
finger or
how it
something.
bothers me. All that matters is that it bothers me. Stop doing it.
Yeah, it bothers me too. We're trying to concentrate on a discussion, and
Just close your eyes. I mean, it's just a bunch of pixels on a screen. I mean, if you're gonna get so emotional about this, I mean,
Here's an
grow up.
alternative
It's-
proposition. Here's an alternative proposition.
it's a
Keep your
distraction.
No,
hands
I mean, I'm not
off the
listening.
emoji button. How about that?
It's a distraction.
How
Netrunner, you're distracting the discussion. If you're not interested in listening to a clear discussion, then leave. We want to have a discussion without distraction. We're not asking for a
Are
lot.
you his,
this
are
is a
you his
public
handler?
server. This is a public server. You're not the boss here.
Hey, guess what, Netrunner? I am the boss. It's my server. Stop fucking doing that.
Let me just tell you this: your server is so tiny. There's no activity.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks. Anyway, so look, I really want to convince you. There's no way to block him?
I'll ban him.
Yeah, thanks. Well, he earned that. So, look, I really want to convince you. I really feel that this is very important. I think that a lot of damage is done to humanity, and there's a lot of danger to humanity in this in the scientific consensus. I think it's very problematic.
Definitely not.
Fine, all right.
Scientific consensus is one of the most powerful things humans have ever
Ex-
created.
Fine. All right. So you feel it's very important. I feel it's very important to destroy it.
You
And
know that you realize that the scientific consensus is the only thing that enabled the construction of the computers that we're talking on, right?
look, I understand that you really believe these things.
Oh, no, sorry. It's
Mhm.
not a question of what I believe. So, unless there was unless there was some kind of collective understanding of how, for instance, electrical engineering works, right? People
Mhm.
couldn't make computers, dude. You understand
I
that, right? Like it's a
understand.
standard
I understand.
design.
I understand that that is what you believe, right?
Okay,
You
so in your view, then,
yes.
how is it in the absence of scientific consensus? How are computers built?
I honestly
Don't know.
I am sort of an expert in that field, but
Congratulations.
what?
I know all about how computers function as well. But what I'm asking you is,
Yes.
in the absence of the consensus understanding of how electrical engineering functions, how is it that even across on different sides of the world, people can make a computer and those computers can talk to each other and they both work. How is that?
Look, I mean, we can have a discussion, but look, in my look, it's like this. So when I try to understand something, I I don't want to hear that so and so, as much of as everyone thinks they're an expert. It doesn't matter. I might even think he's an expert.
I didn't talk about an expert. What I said was, how can you construct functional computers without a consensus? That's what I asked.
I personally built computers literally from
Yes.
scratch.
And sorry, did you figure out how to build a computer all on your own?
Yes.
Totally, you invented computers, did you?
I mean, when I worked on it, I started from, I put together chips. Like I started from
Okay, yes,
chips,
but how did you learn to do that?
from the data sheets.
What does that mean?
Like a chip has a data sheet.
Yeah, and who constructed the data sheet? Wasn't it some kind of consensus of experts?
I don't know. I mean, it's a company. It's a private company that produces.
It's
the-
almost
I
like
can tell you-
it's
I can
almost
tell
like
you.
you built the computer to an existing standard.
Exactly.
I don't.
Like,
I don't understand
the
your
point
point.
is, the point is this. The point is this.
Mhm.
Unless you reinvented computers, you relied on the consensus for you to learn how to build them. That's how you learned.
I relied on a data sheet and a producer. I don't know where you think that consensus took place.
The
It might
consensus
have
took
been.
place.
It might
Dude,
have
the
been.
consensus
It might have.
consensus took place in the electrical engineering required to produce the first functional chipware.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Look, there's a limit to what I know. At the end of the day, I I go to the store, I buy a chip, I get a data sheet, and I use it,
Yes,
and I
this is
connect.
exactly my point. So you didn't. So you
Mhm.
didn't invent computers.
Right.
You relied on
Yeah.
the consensus understanding of how computers function. You took that for granted. That's
No.
what you did.
No, I tested it. As soon as I got the chip,
No. You took it for granted because you followed the data sheet. You
Right.
don't understand how the chipware works. You did not make the chip. Okay.
Mhm.
Other people made it. They made it according to the scientific consensus on how electrical engineering functions.
I
How do you
I
think people do the designing of the chip to begin with?
okay,
They
okay,
have to
what
know.
okay,
certain
are you
things.
a chip designer? Are you in the
No,
world?
but-
Okay, I'm okay. Let's leave that world. Let's talk about some general world. Like I'm currently in a specific world of brain research. So in my field, I don't think there is, I mean, I'm sure there is consensus about the fundamental stuff. Obviously I would say there's no consensus. I don't think that a census has ever been done on what brain researchers think,
Yes,
what they're
but well, here's the thing, though: is
Mhm.
we don't have functional. We can't make a brain, can we?
You don't know
But there is consensus on what brain research is. I mean, these guys do peer-reviewed articles and stuff like
But-
that.
right.
Yeah,
So
I'm totally willing to. I'm totally willing to give him though that like there's much less consensus in brain research than in other fields. But like
Yeah, because there's no practical application.
exactly,
No,
and when
no.
there is a practical application, the consensus
No,
is what
look,
guides.
I'll grant you that there is a consensus on the fundamentals. Like everybody agrees that there are neurons, but there is a disagreement. Some people think that they don't communicate through the synapses. Like I heard an expert speak just this week that no, they also communicate through through their electric fields, through the induction, through, is it induction? Anyway, the
Believe it?
very electric field that a neuron creates affects its neighbors, and it's not.
That's believable.
It's what?
That's believable. Do you
Everything.
think that?
So the point is there's many opinions how what the fundamental workings of the brain are. So I
Okay, but for example, right?
Mhm.
when a brain researcher starts their research from the supposition that there is such a thing as a neuron, he does that on the basis of the scientific consensus. Do you think that's somehow fallacious?
I mean, it's it. When I started studying brains, I didn't look up a census. I just, they show you diagrams. One
That's the
second.
great thing about peer review, dude,
One
is you
second.
don't have to do a census.
One
The
second.
scientists work it out themselves.
One second. One second. I looked at at books. Books
Yes,
are
and
not
what,
peer
oh my
reviewed.
God, what is in the book?
No,
What is recorded in a textbook? What
it's
is recorded in
the
a textbook
author's
is
the
the
author's
scientific consensus. No, it's not the author's opinion. What is recorded in a textbook is the scientific consensus.
Look, but at the end, the author, and even when you read a paper, they show you here is our data here's the data that we collected. Sometimes they show you pictures. So it doesn't matter what the consensus is. I just read the papers and
Oh my God.
I read the papers and I observe, and I either agree or disagree with the authors, or I agree with some, disagree with some. I pick up ideas, and I move forward. At no point
What's
do I.
your background in debate?
No, 1 second. At no point do I care about some census among the experts in my field. Why would I? I have
Well,
my
you obviously
opinion.
do. That's why you believe in the existence of neurons. Like, you did not discover neurons. That is the scientific
This
consensus.
guy must have built his own house. Must have designed his own car from scratch. What a
Exactly.
legend, right?
But Dave, I'm curious. What's your background in debate? Because so far, I'm not impressed.
I'm not here to impress. Look, I'm here to convince you or be convinced. Or
Yes, I'm not very. So far, I'm not. So maybe I can rephrase it. When I say I'm not impressed, what I mean is that my evaluation of your ability to engage in a debate so far is that you aren't very good at it, and that it's not going to be productive for us to continue to try to discuss the contention when I feel like you are not internalizing the things that are being said to you. So I'd like to pivot to something that seems more relevant, which is, what's your background in debate? Why did you decide to make a YouTube channel and stream and go on debating people?
As a bit of a meme anecdote, just before you do this, my favorite thing is I don't know if he named himself this. I assume it was a punishment name. In Ask Yourself server he's called Attention Seeker, Please Ignore, or something like that. Like, he's in a lot of vegan servers. I suspect he's a bit of a serial pest.
I'm looking through this guy's website, and there's some pretty ripe stuff on here.
So
Smoking has many health benefits. Science is a scam. The Spanish flu never happened. COVID never happened.
Yeah, I chose something a bit more down to earth. Just, but Mr. Slave, tell us, what's your background in debate?
I'd rather not pivot to an ad hominem.
It's not an
That's
ad hominem.
not an ad hominem.
I'm asking you a question. It's not an ad hominem.
I'd rather not discuss myself. I'd rather discuss.
I would rather, honestly, I would rather not debate with you until I understand where you're coming from. Because so far, like, if you force me, I will just end the discussion because you are not adequately engaging with what I'm saying to you. I've repeated that a dozen times. You don't even seem to be internalizing the feedback, okay? I don't care whether you want to pivot. I'm trying to get clarity on what the fuck is going on in this conversation. So why don't you just play along a little bit and tell me, what is your background in debate?
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm done talking to you.
All right. Anybody else wants to debate any topic?
There are easier forms of euthanasia, thanks.
There's easier forms of euthanasia, you think?
Yeah. Yes.
Why do you have a bunch of images of scantily clad women all over your website?
No reason.
Some of these women are nude as well. What's up with
No,
this? This is a
nobody's
bit
nude.
weird.
There's no nudes. There's nudes.
Lynx.
No.
She's not wearing any clothes, buddy.
Wait, but you don't see any of her. You don't see her nude. I mean,
Doesn't mean she's not naked, bro.
right, that's true, but you cannot see anything. It's art. These are
Make her not naked.
right. She might be naked, but you cannot. You couldn't tell that she's naked.
Yes.
Right, you
Oh,
couldn't
he
tell.
didn't say.
Well, I can
Wanna-
tell that she's naked.
No, you
I mean,
can't.
he didn't say.
Wait,
He
can
didn't
you?
say it was pornographic.
No.
He didn't say it was pornographic. He said that she was naked. That
No,
is
but-
factually.
No, but let me ask. Can you see her nipples?
That's not what I said.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it's not pornographic, so it's okay.
I didn't say that either.
All right. Well, it's just art. I just use it as art. Wait. So nobody wants to debate, or somebody wants to debate? Where are we?
No, I think we've all got quite a bad impression of your ability to engage in a debate so far. I don't see why any of us would want to waste our time talking to someone who doesn't even listen.
If that's how you feel, then I don't know what to say.
Well, it's not just how I feel. Why don't we check in with Crambo here, or with the guy who left the room? Because after he said, if I wanted to kill myself, there are easier ways, implying that talking to you would be akin to killing himself. I wonder why he said that to you.
All right.
I feel like listening to you talk for the last
I'm-
5 minutes and scrolling through your
I'm
website,
gonna
I get a decent
go-
impression.
Is it okay if I leave? Do you mind if I leave?
Yeah, you can leave.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That was boring. Let's see.
Some people want to just dominate.
Wait a
want to
minute.
dominate dissidents. Some people want to
Oh.
dominate people who
Hey, does
engage
anybody
in
want to
behaviors
debate
they
me
don't
on
like.
anything?
No, thank you. But
Yeah.
Hi. Anybody wants to debate?
Yeah, can we debate whether or not you should be allowed to live?
No, they said hominem.
The crowd goes wild.
Here's a list of topics. If anybody wants to select one and debate me on it. By the way, I'm streaming on YouTube.
Can we debate whether or not you should be allowed to live?
No, that's ad hominem.
Yo.
I think we should. That's actually I'm debating it right now.
Wait, is this the streaming guy? Wait,
Yeah.
Mr. Slave, are you live right now?
Yeah, I'm live right now.
Someone say the N-word. Someone say the N-word.
No, please don't.
We'll just say that. How else can we get their video demonetized?
It's demonetized. I'm not.
Wait,
I'm,
B, you have the N-word pass. Say the N-word.
no.
Yeah, say it.
Anyway, does anybody want to debate me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Mr. Slave, you should not be allowed to live.
That's
And the
ad
reason why
hominem.
is because you waste everyone's time and you're very ugly.
All right. So nobody
That's
wants
true.
to-
I mean, it's the truth. What can we
It's a
say?
6-year-old.
So nobody wants to debate me.
Yeah.
We
I
can argue
just-
that.
I have a
I
few
just
words.
gave you
Mr.
my
Slave.
proposition, Mr. Slave. I just
Mr.
told you.
Why did you make an entire website to debate you when no one cares about you? Like I couldn't care less about you. You look like a
Okay.
fucking pedophile. You literally go to children play. Literally just go
Bro,
to
you
like
sound like a child he groomed.
Yeah,
bro,
he's a victim.
fat and Sapira, more like fat and on a mobility scooter. Like honestly, get the hell out of here. Bro, Mr. Slave.
This is
Mr.
why I don't
Slave.
like Irish people.
Wait, Mr. Slave streaming. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your 2 viewers must be so happy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm live to like 3 people. Oh my god.
Mr. Slave, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes.
Mr.
Why
Slave.
does
your
everyone
head
hate
is-
Mr. Slave? What's
Hey,
happened? What has he done?
are you-
He's a
Are you happy?
really, really, really dishonest debater.
Mr.
Morning
Slave, are you
show?
happy being a slave?
What the hell is the morning
Hold on.
show?
Always
Oh, this is
support
the-
vegan soldiers.
Anyway,
Let's see how many
Awesome.
people are let's see how many people are watching this shit. How many
Nice.
people are watching?
Zero.
Zero.
Nice.
Anyway,
Two
anybody,
people.
anyone wants to debate?
Oh.
I'm gonna wait until
Mr.
people
Slave,
come
I
in.
want to debate you.
Mhm.
Mr. Slave, I'm gonna wait until
Yes.
people come in so I can embarrass
We
you.
support vegans in here or just violate them.
I want to debate why the fuck are you a slave?
All right. Anybody wants to
Someone say
debate
the N-word,
one of
please.
my
I want
topics?
to debate you. I want to debate you. I
Someone
wanna
say
debate
the
you.
N-word.
Let's play this.
Why
Hold
is
on.
your head? Why is your head like your head probably looks like fucking Steve from Minecraft? Get your square ass head out of here. You have no
Go
job.
through
It's,
vegan.
it's covered in like a
Vegan
million
boy.
pins.
Mr. Slave, you made the claim that you're a slave that eats shit. I want to debate you and say that eating shit is bad. So you want to
No,
have a
it is
conversation
not.
about it.
Eating shit is not bad, man. It has a lot of nutrients.
Mr. Slave, I want to debate you about why you're retarded.
But also, you need to eat ethical shit, you know?
Yeah, I only eat at local. Only
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's
So you
local.
want
Local. You
Mr.
don't
Shit,
want no.
Mr. Slave, you want to talk about that?
Yeah,
No.
we don't want any farmers trying to make cow shit.
Well, Mr. Slave's the type of person to ask how many calories does this water have. Like, honestly, I'm just stupid. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anybody
Do
wants to
you
debate
just
me,
go
there's a list of topics. Please choose one.
Irish, where are you from, man?
from yeah, it's a
Mr.
bit hard to figure out where I'm from.
Mr. Slave wouldn't know a debate if we were debating for their very life, which we are, and they can't do it.
Bro, Mr. Slave, your head's like an Easter egg. It's just massive, but it's just hollow. There's nothing inside it. Like, come on, like, there's nothing inside it.
And it,
It's
and it just
small.
shot out of a rabbit at some point.
It's more empty than the kids' stomachs in Africa.
Oh.
Actually, I would object.
Like, come on, like, why are you going silent? Are you trying to think of like some insult? Are you going on to like top insults of 2014 or something?
Are you scared, Mr. Slave?
Bro, Mr. Slave, it's not that hard. You just find out something that's wrong with the persons. But like you,
Me-
there's a lot of things wrong with you.
Mr. Shit, you want to debate veganism?
Yeah, I'll debate veganism, sure.
Why is he ignoring me? Did he mute me? Nah, bro. He get on my level, bro. Get on my level. Get on my level.
So are you a vegan or not?
No, I'm anti-vegan.
Oh, I'm not.
Meaning
Yeah, 'cause it's weird.
you try to fight the vegans in real life.
I think
Not a
veganism
vegan. This
is
is absolutely weird.
I think veganism is a dangerous philosophy.
Vegans are
So what? You think
it's
nothing you think matters, Mr. Slave, because all of your ideas are really bad.
Bro,
What is it?
Wait,
the
can
only
I
thing
tell
you're
him to kill
fighting-
himself?
The only,
No.
oh, Mr. Slave,
No,
the
let's
only,
not.
the only
Because
thing
we
you're
actually
actually
do.
you weren't so dumb you would know that meat is actually
Mr.
healthy
Slave
for
actually
your
does
body.
have
So
some kind of personality problem, right? Like, obviously we can tell, or they wouldn't act like this if we didn't.
Mr. Slave, the only thing you're fighting is your urge to go around
Shut
on a
up.
white
All right,
down
does anybody want to debate
candy.
me? That's the only question.
vegan. Shut
No,
No,
we don't like you.
no.
Nice song.
All
I
right.
like it.
Why you trying
I like it, man. Good song.
Wow. Absolutely waste of time. Anyway, I guess let's look for more servers. So nameless debate. They don't want to talk to me because apparently I don't know how to debate. All right. And the vegans don't want to talk because who knows why. I don't think there's any more debate servers. We're out of debate servers. Maybe it's just a bad time because I switched to an earlier time. That's it. There's no more debate servers. So I don't know what to do. Debate. Anybody wants to join the show? Spicoli, this is your time to shine. I fucked me last night. They don't want to debate you. LOL. They're incompetent. I'm not judging them. I mean, if they think I'm so bad at debating, then they should be able to win so easily. But fine. They just want to have a boring attack on me, then I'm not interested. You know what? Maybe Christianity. Maybe in Christianity I'll be able to find. Oh, follow the join server. It might be that you just have to join the Christians a bowling ball. Yeah, this is impossible to figure out because none of them is a bowling ball. None of them. Which is a bowling ball? None. Try it again. Tennis ball. This is tennis, 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 tennis. Verify. Did we join the server? Let's try to debate. Oh, everything is locked. Join server. So we still haven't joined? Ugh. All right. Steering wheel. Steering. Verify. No? Try again. Planet. I don't know how to solve this. Planet. This is not a planet. I don't know. Oh, this time it did work? Jesus Christ. Oh. Irish. NGL. Oh. Where are you, Irish? Let me see. So go, replace, remove, timeout, hide. Yeah, hide. Goodbye, Irish. So this is the Christian server, or this is the atheism server. Is there anyone in this server? No, there's no one. Let me see if anyone wants to debate. Oh my god, I thought, it would be so easy to find people to debate, but apparently it's basically impossible. I think they're spamming us. Let me switch to this page, share this so I can look at if there's spam. I want to know more about your lifestyle, if you're really a slave and who you're a slave to. Vlad, I think I just want to debate. I just want to debate. Anyone else? Okay, let's switch back to this. So, nameless announcements. Okay, so that's that. And this is atheism. He was married and has no kids. Oh, Socrates. No debates. And there's nothing here. But I keep. Oh, what's going on here? All right, Tristan. Hide. Goodbye, Tristan. Who else wants to get banned? That tomboy was insufferable. Renato Pizarro. Who is the tomboy? The Irish kid? Anyway, so 1 second. Let me see. There's 2 messages on the atheism server. No, that's the wrong server. 2. All right. Right, there's nothing. Let me switch away and see that no one spammed us. Can we debate about why being a slave is degenerate a lifestyle that is result of being raised up poorly? No. Actually, yeah. Let's debate. Let me try and. But where would we debate? I want like a popular site. Where did I meet him? Where do you want to go? Where shall we go to debate? I don't know why it keeps saying that I have a message, but like I don't want to go in the room. Can I just open the chat? Oh, there's the chat. Did someone send me a message? Oh, there it is. Very mildly sorry for abusing you, Tristan. All right, whatever. So there's nothing. Atheism. So atheism. But why does it keep telling me that I have a message? No one wrote me a message. And you know what? I know what we could do. Maybe just walk. I have an idea. Let's just go into a server that has people. Just go into a room and just wait for a victim to walk by. Let's just pick a big server. Nameless, not very friendly. Let's debate. Let's debate was kind of nice, I think. You know what? Modern day debates. RPG over for slave cells, yeah. Yeah. I'm watching Mr. Slave debate on his YouTube. He's so strange. 1 second, where is this? This is yesterday, so is there a streaming live stream chat? Oh, lifestyle, flat earth. Let's go into flat earth. Oh, but wait a minute. Gaming, VC. Where's the audio? Hangout, religion, flat earth, recorded debates. Let's see if anybody joins. Nothing here. Okay, is anybody gonna join us on modern day? Maybe we'll have to cut it short today. Today was not a good day. I guess the hours were bad or something. I mean, we had a good debate in the beginning, but the guy, he got very emotional, like triggered. Yeah, but it was about the scientific consensus. I didn't know people would get so emotional about it. It's usually leftists for some reason. Yeah, leftists are really authoritarian. They need to be told what to do, and you know, the government is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it, and we'll see you tonight. Tonight I have practice, so maybe we'll have a late show. We'll see. All right, guys. Good night. I mean, have a good day. Have a good day. Bye bye.